So at any rate, there's 5 things you got to do to be in the club. You can't play on this court, can't play on this field, unless you do these 5 things. That's the rule. Right, Elizabeth? No exceptions. First, evaluation approach to secure 2 presentations per week. Possibly a list of 100 or more. Where's the list? Call approach 4 or 8 a week to get 2 to evaluate it. Now, I got to tell you that in the beginning, Kevin, I'm soft. I just want you to call 2 people. You call 2 people, you don't get results, I'm going to call them with you. Because you're never going to get the 2 plans yourself if you can't even get 2 people to listen. Does everybody follow that? Once we get that going, then I want you to, you're going to learn to show the plan because we show it together, and I do the commentator routine where I have you show part of it and I add in. Pretty soon, you're rocking and rolling. You're really good. Okay, 104 evaluations will result in 8 or more go-nows, imprinting, and leading to people over the year. 2 a week, 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 2 a week. 2 a week, 2 a week, 2 a week, 2 a week. I'll stop at 52. 2 a week, 2 a week, 2. That's 104. What happens when you have a whole 10 people in a leg that bring in 8 go-nows? What happens? Come on, you've been around. It avalanches. Everybody that made it, listen, everybody that made it had a period of time in their career in Market America, in their history, that people were coming in so fast they didn't know what to do. It was out of control. They went berserk. They didn't have any time for family reunions or school reunions or tit-tat-toe. 20 years later, they still got a residual income 6 figures or bigger from that 90 days of craziness. I'm telling you, ask them. I'd like to know who the liars are. Ask them. I know the ones that I know it happened. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. Why did you stop? Okay, be a product of the product. Use the products consistently and correctly to obtain a positive experience. So I'm pushing them products. It's, hey, the 3 F's. Okay, I have this problem, or I see a problem. I say, I know how you feel. Okay, I felt the same way because I had the same problem. Then I found out that this makes my knee work. You follow? Use your belief in the products to provide product solutions. Convert all spending into earning by buying everything from your own business. If you didn't understand what Mark was talking about, I think that, we need to give you a mental enema. You're just shopping. It's all about now earning BV checks, IBV checks. Because we're moving, you go after those first to get 300, and then next year, that 300 is going to be 600 for the same $3,000 that you spend over 3 months. Meaning you only need 8 to 10 people to be earning a check if you have, I'll show you the chart tomorrow. It's amazing. Anybody who is a professional coordinator will be earning a check. Anybody that is a national supervisor will be earning weekly. And anybody that's a director will be maxed out. It's just a numbers game. Do you understand that? Well, I guess you don't. Practice the script. Practice the script. It's, when you do this business, it's like being an actor. There's a script. And don't you think actors practice the script, memorize it? So you practice the script of the evaluation approach, and you have a reason that would make sense to them why you are contacting them, because they may know the right people. Does that make sense? If it doesn't make sense to them, it's not going to work. It's the area they're from. It's their personality. It's that they're into internet shopping or whatever. A reason for each one. 3, get them to see the plan. 2 or more people per week. That's what we're working toward. I don't say show the plan. I say get them to get 2 people to see the plan. And then within 3 months, we'll have them showing the plan. Does that make sense? I don't want anything to stop somebody from leading me to their people. You with me? You're not with me. Okay, so I really say get 2 people to see the plan and book a follow-up. And in that process, you'll be showing the plan. That's all that matters to me. You must have purchased a minimum of 3 tickets. Okay, why? Let me tell you a story. You hear all these, what do you call them, profiles up here. Let me tell you a story about why this is important. I was 21, just got out of college, found out about entrepreneurism, went to a seminar about residual income, and it ended up being Amway. I didn't even know it was Amway until I was making money. At any rate, okay, I wanted to be successful because I can't tell you what it takes too long to explain what I just went through and why it clicked in my brain and why I was passionate about wanting to become an entrepreneur. I'll tell you in the close. So I found the top guy, who he was. And I tried to make an appointment, and he wanted to see me. I had to jump through all these hoops. I had to do a meeting. I had to do this. You know, I had to be willing to buy tickets and whatnot. So I went to his house, finally got there. Big motorhomes, all this, you know, show and tell. And the guy says, what's your goal? I said, my goal is to break 3 directs off in 90 days. He said, that's rarely been done. How do you expect to do that? You're wet behind the ears. Nobody will listen to you. You have no credibility. I said, well, you tell me what I got to do. He says, you're going to have to get at least 100 people to the seminar, to the rally, they used to call them, so that they see other people that are successful, okay, and they learn what to do. I said, okay, I'll do it. He said, well, if you're really going to do it, you don't have to say you're going to do it. Just say you're going to, you know, do 1,500 this month. I said, no, that's not what it's about for me. I'm going to make this thing happen. I'm going to set records. He said, okay, you need 100 tickets. Now, they were $15 back then, or I can't remember. So I had to write out the check. I didn't have the money in the bank account. I sweated through 2 pairs of underwear on the way home. Lauren says, why were you wearing 2 pairs of underwear? I say it's a saying, you know. I got home, I went over to my first guy, Joe Caviccia, I went to high school with. You know, I said, Joe, you know, you're in the business with me. I'm breaking 3 directs off, and Stan said I had to get the tickets. Dexter said I had to get the tickets. I got the tickets. He said, well, you ain't passing me by. You ain't doing it without me. I said, well, you know, you probably just do 4,000, 2,500. It's okay. Okay, but I'm breaking 3 off. He said, no, man, I'm going to do it. I said, well, he said we have to have people there because we're wet behind the ears. We have no credibility. Nobody will listen to us. We don't know what we're talking about. And that's the best way to get it going. He said, so I got 100 tickets. He said, well, you ain't passing me by. I said, well, I got the tickets right here. You can get 50 of them. Listen to me. Okay, he bought 25. I got out of his house and there, only 75 more to go. It was burning a hole in my pocket. All right, you said, did they all show up? No, they didn't all show up. Did we sell all the tickets? Most of them. But what about the 50 people that did show up? Huh? And I set records. I went emerald, went pearl, 3 directs in 90 days. I was the hot kid, the hot shot. Do you understand this? By accident. I wasn't any good. It was imprinting. That's why you hear about it so much. I'm a goose, and that's the way I fly, man. You get it? I don't know any other way. I know that it works. You won't get your tickets, you little duck. At least you're a duck. You got a lot of chickens at home. I don't think many ducks come to these things. I mean, chickens come to these things, mainly ducks. You go home a goose. Okay. Measure, monitor, adjust, and control personally. This is so important. You need to know in order to believe, in order to be willing to work, that it's really going to happen. To do that, you have to know exactly how it's going to happen. You need to know exactly what you need to do each month, each week, and each day, and each leg, and who's going to help you and who's going to work where. And we work that out and figure it out. I ain't working with you when you don't know where you're going and you don't know how to get there. So we use a weekly trial run tracking form. I want to see that they're doing evaluation approaches, and those evaluation approaches led to other evaluation approaches. And then those evaluation approaches led to another evaluation approach, and guess what? You're doing a trial run now, didn't even know it. And then that leads to another evaluation approach. Oh, guess what? We're doing the ABC pattern all of a sudden. You can't do the ABC pattern. This person gets a person in, this person gets a person in, and you say, that's A, that's B. That's not the ABC pattern. The ABC pattern is people who are evaluating and do trial runs lead to others, and it works, so now they become involved, and that's ABC. And we're all doing it together. We're all there at every meeting, having fun. You screwed it up. Makes me want to cry. Can we just do it again? One more time? Please? Have fun. I didn't stop doing it. So the tracking forms, it has a purpose though. I'm coaching them. When it's not working right, there's something missing. Let me get in there and do it with you. Get the people on the phone. We'll do a FaceTime live at the meeting. I got to see what's happening. Elizabeth went back in the trenches. Jason, Helen, and Elizabeth, woo! It feels good like I knew it would. So then you must have an action plan. An action plan outlines exactly how I'm going to cover every leg as it branches out. Who's going to take each leg? And we're working together to do it. I got to speed up, so I'm not giving these things enough time. Establish a UFO level in the business that they want to hit. The way I succeed is by making other people succeed. And by them understanding how they're going to get there, and it being a goal and believing it and knowing that I'm working with them to do it with them, okay, they accept it. And as a result, they perform and they take on responsibility and leadership, and we make it happen. It's an experience. But if I don't know any of this, I just sign them up and they go off, nothing's going to happen. So these are the forms. They exist. You want to do this, you can do it too. Okay? So we're watching exactly what happens. They fill them out. It doesn't matter. They're just starting somewhere. This is great. They got 2 evaluations, 1 in each leg. I'm going to do it with them. Wow, that could be my director right there. Are you getting this? They're my people. Thank you. Don't tell them this, but they're really my people. They're not their people. Yeah, they'll get credit for it. When they start making checks, they can call them their people, but in my mind, they were my people. And they are my people until I'm making $3,600 every week on that leg. Do you understand that? So stop looking at them as their people. They're all scouts bringing you players. And you want the best ones, you see? So that's what we do. So look, here's what happened at the end of 90 days. Look at this. This is Team All In. We did the same thing with the other group, but Andrew didn't track it as well. So we didn't have the chart, but the same thing happened. He did a good job. Andrew, you did a good job, but you didn't aggregate it and accumulate it into a comparative report so everybody can see where they stand. It's kind of like a silent challenge. But look at the results, 1,428 evaluations. How many do you have going in your group per 90 days? This isn't our whole group. This is just a couple legs where we chose. You watching this? You know, 101 new preferred customers. There's an error in the spreadsheet on one of them, but who cares? Okay? Trial runs, 116 trial runs. You know what that means? That's more important than the number of people sponsored, because the process is multiplying. What they set in motion carries in motion, and people are leading the people every day, and there's a team working it. Do you understand that that's the essence of this? That's success. That's performing at an Olympic level, and that's what we want, and that's how we get it going. I mean, new UFOs, 305 in 90 days. Do you have that going on? You know? Team evaluations. Everybody's having evaluations. And when they're not, there's usually a reason. Timing's everything. We'll go pick it back up. Don't punish anybody for having a problem. So if somebody's working with me, I want to know what their vitals are. It doesn't matter if they're bad. It doesn't matter at all. How am I going to make you healthy or help you if I don't know what's going on? You got high blood pressure, man. You got high sugar. We got to adjust it. In other words, you're not doing anything. You don't have a list. It's okay, though. Okay? You're not a bad person. It's not that the business didn't work, and it's not that you didn't work. It's just that we have to get back to some things, and I'll do it with you because you came and were willing to talk about it and willing to look at what we're doing so that we can move on because you want to make it. That's all that counts. Do you understand that? Come on, guys. So this tracking is extremely important. So some people tell me, well, JR, the business is much harder today than when we started. I mean, there's so much stuff, and, you know, it just, when I started, it was easier. Oh, tell me about it. We had to add up our volume on a board. We had to buy ProPack for $600 to figure out what the volume was. Marvin, we had no products. How do you like that? No products. It was easier. You couldn't go in the back office and figure all this stuff out. We have the most advanced, revolutionary back office in the industry. Real time. I mean, maybe that's your problem. You spend all your time there, but not doing this. Products, you know, drops that you put on your arm that made you lose weight, except they didn't work. I'm telling you, some rocks that you put in the refrigerator that made the odor go away. You think it was easier back then? You lost your mind? We rock. We got so many things going, so many systems, so many technologies, so many products. We're the best kept secret in the world. We're the best entrepreneurial home-based opportunity in the world. Nobody holds a candle to us, you know?